Over the world. Yes. For some of you that are seeing me for the first time, Obuefi Eze-Ana Ugochi Tubelu Norifite. Abụ onye isi nchụaja na Ugochi Tubelu na temple. Ị na-agba akpọgba family emerụkwazị ọrụ mmụọ dị iche iche. Ọkpọ maka Chukwu. Abụ onye isi nchụaja na Ugochi Tubelu na temple. Bụkwazị onye mgbasa ozi ọdịnala Igbo. Abụgazi m a priest na ọdịnala Restoration Evangelical Mission. So you can call me a priest or evangelist. Then, dịka isi mala ya ka ogo m na-repeat here. Topic of today is importance of restitution and appeasement. Importance of restitution and appeasement. Pay attention. Today's lecture is very unique because what you don't know remains a mystery to you. If you are knowledgeable, you be a master. If you lack knowledge, you will be a slave. What you don't know remains a mystery to you and not to all. Now, kwando kobia, onwere ebe kwuru, say, na-eme nwoke unu dị ọcha site n'okwu nke unu nụrụ. So by the word you are about to hear today, you made clear. Because ị ga-agba eziokwu a ga-eme ka isi n'okwu a. So pay attention. Some of you that are joining us in our administration, tell people about our administration, share it. Ka ị na-eme nke ka Chukwu okike pụrụ ime ihe niile gozie gị ma gozibiga gị oke. Yes, you all know our monthly ritual for the month. Yes, our monthly rituals for the month is still ongoing. You can join anywhere you are. If you are interested, chat me on WhatsApp. I will tell you other details we need for you in order to book you. Yes, let's now proceed. The topic of today, like I said before, is importance of restitution and appeasement. Why I decided to follow Igbo spirituality? Because Igbo spirituality is the compendium of the entire spirituality. Igbo spirituality has the practicality in it. Where the practical aspect of spirituality. Igbo spirituality combine both. And well, there is some certain problems you will have. What you need in order to escape from those problems is making some certain positive declarations, and it shall come to pass. But there is some certain problem you'll be facing. You need the practical solutions. And it's Igbo spirituality that have this aspect, very important aspect, combined as one. So, Igbo spirituality, there is some certain things here. If you want to solve it, you need to practicalize it. You need to make declarations. I will give you an example. You know why once in a while, if I'm giving my lecture, sometimes I use what you know to explain what you don't know. That is one of the reasons why from time to time I used to quote Bible. It's not as if Bible is the only holy book. No. We have so many books from different denominations and faiths all over the world. And all of them contain one or two things you need in order to support yourself in this spiritual journey. So I'm not castigating any spiritual method. But however, why I'm into Igbo spirituality is that Igbo African spirituality is the compendium of all because it has it all. Yes. Let me give you some practical examples from that book you believe in called Bible. Because why I normally like to cite more of Bible is that I know that 80% of my audience have come across Bible directly or indirectly. So some of them have heard some of the stories in the Bible. So I want to use it because it doesn't make point putting other books you have not read. Does it make any point? The answer is no. So what I'm saying in essence is that there was a place recorded in the Bible that Jesus met a young lady, a maiden, a teenager, And we were told that this particular teenager has passed on, but she is still connected with the umbilical cord, the spiritual umbilical cord. And he made a declaration, Talita Kum, meaning Wabawanta, get up, Bilie. And we were told that the health, the life of that particular teenager, that young lady, was restored. Some of you will be asking me whether it's possible. Yes, it's very possible. If you understand how things work in creation. If somebody have passed on, but the person is still connected with the spiritual umbilical cord, if you have the power, you can call the spirit back to the person. Yeah, it's possible. That is why some people will tell you that they once died, few hours they have confirmed death, few hours they sneezed and they came back. And but it's real. So many things can trigger that. Some could be spiritual intervention from your ancestors, your spiritual forces, or from highly spiritual developed individuals can actually intervene and make a case for you in the spiritual realm, and you will be restored back if the spiritual umbilical cord is still connected with you. But once it's severed, there's nothing anybody can do. Quote me anywhere. So why I cited this particular place in the Bible is to tell you the power of spoken words. You can't know one. Yes. And with so many instances, there is power in spoken words. Yes. You can. Then, but there is some certain problem you will face. Ordinary Iko cannot solve it. Only the practical aspect to back it up with Iko for that particular decision to come into fulfillment. I will explain. You remember the story of Jesus, an encounter he had with someone in the Bible. Onye as not the possessed by legion of spirits. So he approached this person and said, he began to ask the spirits in that particular person, who are you people? And they said, we are region. We are spirits, but we are region. We are in many. He now began to make case with that particular incident and said, Onya Onuji, this particular people who are holding captive is so important to his family. He now negotiated with those forces that instead of holding this person captive, he now offer to do exchange, what we call Igbo Nwe in Igbo spirituality. Then, Wesizia offer them another opportunity to dwell in another living thing. He sacrificed another living thing by so doing appeasing them, so that he will serve this person. In Igbo spirituality, we do it. We call it Igbo Nwe. Onwere ga na-ada n'isi. Onwere ụgwọ mmụọ ga na-agba n'isi ezinụlọ ma ọ bụ n'isi individual. You have to use what is living. Kiwe in exchange of a living person. So what I'm saying in essence is this. There is some certain case you need to practicalize it in order to achieve what you want here. So in this particular case, something that has life, pigs, we are given in exchange of this particular person. So in Igbo spirituality, we have something very similar. Are you following? So having established that is possible, there is power in spoken words, having again established that it can actually do exchange Igbo onwe. So let's now dive into today's lecture. Yes, that if for any reason you are indebted in whatever means to the spirits, to even human spirit, and you are indebted, and once you are indebted, you are indebted. In on ụgwọ, ị ga-akwụrịrị ụgwọ gị. If you did not pay it in this life, you pay it in next life. So try as much as possible to always pay your debts. Whatever you to na ndụ a, ị ga-atụtụrịrị ya. If you did not pick it up in this particular earth life, you will pick it up in the next life. No Jupiter will save you. It's natural law that governs the universe. That whatever you sow, go and read Galatians 6:7. Whatever you sow, so shall you reap. If you hit ball on the wall, it must bounce back to you, the originator. That is natural norms. So in creation, whatever you sow, so shall you reap. Whether it's good thing or bad thing, but be sure that once you sow negativity, you must reap negativity. Once you are indebted, you remain indebted until you pay up to the last kobo. Yes. Even in the Bible, it's written so many places. Once you indebted, you must pay to the last kobo. So what am I saying? Some individuals and even some families are indebted to fellow human and to the spirit. And that is why it's very important to always do restitution or appeasement, as case may be, or both. So many things can warrant restitution. Restitution is when you offend human or when you offend spirits, and in order to free yourself, you must do restitution. You must restore what you have done wrong. You must do reparation. What is reparation? Reparation is repairing what you have damaged, directly or indirectly. So in so many ways, you have committed evil against your fellow human being, or you have committed evil against the gods of the land. You have committed evil against the land of your birth. You must face the consequence. There is no two ways about that. So make sure you always do restitution in order to balance it in creation. Igbo spirituality always advises you to do appeasement and restitution. You know, all the days, the way Igbo spirituality is structured, our fathers always expecting us to obey without explaining to us in details why we must obey. And that is one of the reasons why we lost some people to Christianity. But this time around, we take it upon ourselves to explain further, so that people will understand Igbo spirituality to the details. Let me give you an example. When we are growing up, we were told na nwaanyị anaghị arị enu. Nwaanyị anaghị arị enu. The simple means that what normally takes somebody up tree is to go and take some fruits. To go and take some fruits. and any fruit that bears, any tree that bears fruit is feminine. Any fruit that bears fruit, any tree that bears fruit is feminine. So therefore, you as a woman cannot climb another woman. You get the sense behind it. Yes, because it's a taboo for a woman in Igbo spirituality to climb another woman. That is the spiritual meaning why you will advise as a woman not to climb tree. It's not because of if we're talking, no. Because some of you will be arguing that you wear trousers, you wear tights, no. But because a woman is not supposed to climb another woman. But you know, our forefathers will tell you why another, but they will not provide detailed explanation why you should not do so. So restitution is whenever in error you offended humans, fellow humans, or you offended the spirits, gods of the land, or even land of your birth, it must first restitution by restoring what you have spoiled, and by appeasement. Let me use my family as an example. Why I normally like to use my family as an example. I want you to understand the reality of what I'm saying. Because if I begin to cite some certain example, you might be thinking that it's a fairy tale. But it's not true. I told you, if you are following me, or you have not watched the film called Rejected Staff, you are missing something. It's there in YouTube. What actually happened is this. Like I told you before, why I normally like to tell you stories is that if you forget what I said, you remember the story I told you. Yes. Now, what happened to my own family is that my grandfather was a herbalist and also title holder then, and he was comfortable during his time, to the extent that he had money to be lending to people. That's to show you that he is comfortable, have more than enough. He got married to 2 women. So when my grandfather wanted to die, my own father happens to be the closest child that normally come to him close to replace him and to be custodian of all the family of 4 and rest of them. He's supposed to be the one that will succeed my father in this spiritual line. But my own father rejected it for the simple reason that my own father, those days now, at a certain time, education becomes the order of the day. Every family wish to have their children educated. So my own grandfather sent my own father to school to acquire some knowledge. Having sent my own father to school, that time, what they normally have that time is called Standard 6. Standard 6. And that time, if you are educated to the level of Standard 6, you are considered as a learned person in that category. So my father Jeruko Onyenkuzi, he told me this story by himself. Mbo Jeruko Onyenkuzi, Owesemo, why going to that Uko Onyenkuzi? Those days is the missionaries, the church people that control education. That time we are told that no one, the Reverend Father, in charge of Newi Aziz. His name is Father Kettle. he is in Newi. Meanwhile, Oraifite at that time used to have onye nkuzi ụka known as catechist. So if you are a student, you come to this missionary school, then every Monday catechist will joke and ndị bịara ụka onye nkuzi yesterday ya bụ Sunday. Ọ bụrụ na ị bịara enye punishment ka ije sụọ ahịhịa ma ọ gị eme nka ma ọ gị eme nka, in order to avoid that punishment ya ga-enye gị, you must make sure that na ị bịara ya bụ ụka onye nkuzi, so that on Monday you will not be penalized. So they use a system to coerce our fathers. Then, but the primary reason, Buna, they want our fathers to follow their religious path. Because like I told you, they came initially in 18th century, where the Portuguese, where they are preaching Jesus, but they did not succeed. They went back and they came with the Irish people, the UK people, that brought the second missionary in Africa. So this second group now came with education and seconded by hospitals in order to win our people. So what I'm saying is that what actually happened that if you na abịa ụka onye nkuzi, a ga-ajụ gị kedu ihe a kụziri n'ụlọ ụka. Therefore, ị gara abịa ụka onye nkuzi in order to escape from punishment. Ịbịazi ụka onye nkuzi a, they will tell you nna gị na-akpọ gị gị bụ Ikechukwu gị bịa ka ebedo agwụ ga-ejekwa na ọ bụ ife alụsị. They told a lot of lies against Igbo spirituality to those young souls, those souls in young body. So my father is one of the people that accepted it, to the extent that when his father is about to die, his father handed over the family of 4 and rest of them to him. He told me this story himself. He said, well, after he was handed the family of 4 and rest of them to himself, at a certain stage, having been trained by the missionary, he said that he decided to discard those of 4 and rest of them. He family to them. He took them to the nearby bush and dropped them there. But he told me that something happened. After many years, he started feeling that this is action might hurt in the future. Unfortunately, he went to that bush where he dropped those sacred items and noticed that the people that own that bush have burned down everything. Said the bush ablaze. Therefore, everything was burned to ashes. So there's nothing he can do. So when he told me this, I didn't see any evil with it, because that time I was still only really, I was still under brainwashed Oka Ndanya. So, but many years, when he finally passed on, it's now dawned on me that my world is crumbling. So what will I do? I decided to let me find out exactly what is causing my problem. Walk like elephant and eat an ant like ant. After working so hard, instead of me to enjoy the fruit of my labor, one thing will definitely happen to take away all my sweat, all my savings. Then I'll start all over again. I noticed that I'm only on the one circle. Every Yobi is a boy. That's what really pushed me to go and see what is the real problem. I went in search of wisdom to know exactly what is the cause of this problem. And the first thing I was told that what I must do first is that there is this family staff of 4. That family staff is what makes the family tick. Here family ji wee dị ebube. That this family of, let me tell you the importance of family of four, if you don't know. Some of you are happy, rejoicing, reading Psalms in the Bible, right? What is the Psalm in the Bible all about? Psalms in the Bible is all about declaration, prayers made by David, by himself, on behalf of his lineage and children. He made declaration that he shall be well with his family in Psalm 121. In Psalm 135, he made declaration and said, Luso hara bụ ndị na-ebuso m agha. Luso ha ọgụ bụ ndị na-alụso m ọgụ. Fight them to a standstill, my enemies. Let their way be slippery. Let their ways be dark. This is declaration made by David on behalf of his lineage. But I can tell you, Onyeri, do you know that even your grandfathers made similar pronouncement? Mgbe ha na-aga ọfọ. Anyị na-eweta ọfọ n'ala Igbo na-ekwubi okwu. Is it because our own ọfọ is a practical thing? Why the Anyari people are fond of writing down things, episodes, and writing? They love it so much. But our people, the way our system is structured, we pass down information, practical information, from person to person. Our forefathers, it does not find it decent to be writing. Instead, they pass information from mouth to mouth. That's why people will always tell you, Nnamo Gwaram, my father told me. So now, our fathers ji ọfọ. N'oge adịrị ezinụlọ m mma, ọsị ise ohitie n'ala. Enu n'ala ha gba aka ebe. Today I have made declaration that it shall be well with my family. He say. And I say my family can never die prematurely. He say, he hit it again. He began to make declaration that it shall be well with my family. That once we walk, we must reap. Nothing will stop it. He say. That we go and come back in peace. That we can never die prematurely or in accident. He say. He made declaration that whatever good that is happening in other people's family must happen in my own family. He say. That is the wishes of our ancestors. That we must multiply. He say. This is the prayer of your ancestors. Our fathers used to pray so that we will be greater than them. So, do you know that declaration made by your ancestors and successors, your great-grandfathers, your grandfather, and even your fathers, do you know that offer is still carrying that blessings and declarations intact? Do you know? That's why I'm talking to you about restitution. You know that whenever you carry the family offer and throw it away, do you know that what is practically did is that you have thrown away what made the family tick? Your family did, you know. It happened to my own family. When my own father threw away the offer and the etc. and etc. You know that when immediately he did that, he have thrown everything that made us tick. That the family that was once comfortable, lending money to people, now turned to beggars. That is when we recorded the family was the lowest ebb of things. We work so hard, but we get little results. It pains me because that time I noticed even in my contract business, ups and down, ups and down, ups and down. Every day will be the boy. No physical investment, no physical investment. As in to justify the effort I put in. That time my company, Polanto Integrated Limited, we drill borehole day in, day out. There is sometimes 6 months. Our company machine will be draining from location to location, from location to location, no rest. Then whenever we have a huge service, one thing will come and take those money away, and we start all over again. To burn in the circle. I don't know what you are passing through, but I can tell you for a fact. Because we lost what we threw away, what made us take. We threw that offer that is the center of the covenant. My own father, my grandfathers entered in peace, in good faith with Umumu. So whenever your family threw away what makes your family great, you people will be experiencing walking like elephant and eating like rat. Some families, I pity some families, some families have thrown away their offer. I was laughing when someone was telling me that in their own family they have thrown the offer. Instead, they use Bible to replace it. And I laughed in Chinese. The Bible you are talking about, the main thing in the Bible is the Psalms. What is the Psalm? Declaration made by another person's ancestor. And they are celebrated, clapping hands. Forgetting the stick of covenant, the staff of covenant. Your old ancestors entered in good faith. Now go for no God. That is what you threw out. And they think that it shall be well with you and their family. Their forefathers entered this agreement in good faith. But you will throw it away. And that is the genesis of the problems in your family. In creation, you are not permitted to destroy what you cannot create. That particular offer, and of course, every offer has altar. Sure, you know. That will be the chair. That aquarium. That bad or they are all altars. And every altar has offer. So that is what you will destroy. And believe in me, when our own family own was destroyed, we were eating from hand to mouth. This was a family that is very vibrant. The family that their grandfather has enough to give out people, to lend to people, is now the family that is turned to mockery. That will keep on revolving around old houses without having modern and befitting ones. Are you following? So till when the awakening came to me, is because I lost what I cherish so much. And that is exactly what drove me to go and seek for wisdom. And I consulted the Alpha for the first time. I don't know what you're passing through, but I'm urging you to wake up from slumber. The first time. When I visited Alpha for the first time, after the consultation, something was revealed that the family of four is nowhere to be found. That family of four has been destroyed. And that when we destroyed that family of four, that's when everything was in shambles. So what did I do? I was mandated that the first thing I must do is to restore it. That once I restore it, the wealth of our ancestors will be restored back. Yes, and that is exactly what I did. So what am I saying in essence? What I'm saying in essence is this. Restitution is very important. If your family is family where they destroy your four, they destroy your B and destroy all the aquarius and the Unujitable, please restore them back. Don't you think that there is something that happened and made your ancestors, your forefathers, to install those altars? Don't you think so? What an able together, or able together, because are wise. Yeah, our ancestors are wise. They know why they install those altars for our own good. Believe in me, no altar in Igbo spirituality is installed for evil. Those family altars was installed for a purpose. Yes, is a covenant entered into with Umumu for a purpose and the future benefit of the family. No altar. Anybody that is saying that will be in your family is responsible for why you people are going down. Tell the person the person is a pathological liar. It's a lie. Anybody that is telling you that is acquiring because you people have acquiring and the acquiring is properly maintained, that the acquiring is the reason why you people are going down, is a lie. Yes, because the acquiring or obi that was built in your family is for a purpose and is for betterment. The only way those altar will turn against you is when those altar was that altar was desecrated with impunity, that nothing will happen. You know why? In creation, you are not permitted to destroy what you cannot create. Those altar is beyond you. And their forefathers was inspired, and they were led by spirits for future benefits of the family. And they acted as instruction by the power of Holy Spirit. Building altars is not only nature. Me, I'm proud and happy that my ancestors used me to restore all those things. Let me tell you, David wanted to build an altar, a temple before for Chukwu, and he was said, "No, David, your hands is soiled in blood. You cannot build an altar for me." It's his son, Solomon, that was later permitted to build an altar, temple for the Most High. So building those altars is because your ancestors was permitted and is favored before he was properly guided to erect those altars. So those altars was inspiration. So the greatest mistake you made is to destroy it. Once you destroy what made you people think, you are entered into problem. It's like your father entered in agreement with multinational companies and have business partners into agreement. And once it's your turn to become the new MD, the board chairman, you nullify everything and do away with everything and said that you are no longer ready to maintain the agreement entered in peace, in good faith with the partners, the shareholders. Believe in me, once you announce it, you begin to receive buhaha, because those partners, those shareholders, those business associates with your late father, the agreement they entered in good faith, they will fight you to a standstill, and you never know peace. That is exactly what is happening in your family, because your family people, you present children, destroy the agreement entered in good faith with your ancestors. The agreement your ancestors entered in good faith with you, you went and destroyed what is beyond you. So those dividends, those support that are supposed to be flowing back to the family as the family share of the wealth of the forefathers, will begin to elude their family. And that's what what is causing problem for your family, and you people are shouting now. So what I can advise you is that if for any reason those family altars are still there and they are not interested, please do as right. Don't go and tamper them or destroy them. Because of your land and their ancestors, we raise someone that will take care of them. Like in my own family, my grandfather, who happens to be my chonyo, what actually happened is that when my father destroyed those family of, remember my father told me this story by himself. When he discarded this of he's of age to marry, but he have not married them. So when he discarded this family of, then that is when my ancestors, that is my grandfather, knew that his son has followed the wrong path. That is why it's like the grandfather reincarnated in me to go and pick the offer back. Are you following? Yes, my grandfather happens to be my chonu. And that's why I was say permitted to go and pick. I'm the one that restored the offer back to the family. And believe in me, since I restored the family offer, every damn thing that the family have lost in the past has been restored gradually, including the lands, through me. So I don't know what they are passing through, but I can tell you, begin today to do restitution. If you people have destroyed some of these altars, begin now to do restitution. Begin now to do appeasement. Begin now to tell more that you are in error, that you are sorry, that you did these things without knowledge, that you committed these things in error. That even if you are not interested in the blessings that comes from that particular altar, do as right. It's not a must that you will partaker. Example, if your father is a business mogul, your father has businesses, and out of your own ignorance, you decided that you are not interested in to partake in your father's wealth. So be it. Whatever they are sharing, you can walk to your father and tell daddy, I'm not interested in your wealth. It's as simple as that. Your father will cancel your name back. Then you go and live your own way and make your own money. So it's not a compulsory that if you don't want to be a partaker of your family altar, do as right. But don't go and destroy it. Because once you go and destroy those family altar, you will attract the wrath of Omumu and you will be destroyed. And when the nemesis will begin to come, you will be pointing accusing finger, thinking that someone is after you. Nobody is after you. Yes. Oh, Metarabu, man is the architect of his problems. That is the problem. So, begin today go and do appeasement. Na cry for vengeance. Go and do the appeasement. Bible say na ga-eji aja omume nke ndị mmadụ na ụmụ ha ka nọ. Ọ bụrụ na family emewuru nwa ọgbụ, that is nwa ada, ma ọ bụ na-emewu nwaanyị bịara ije edi gbuo onye, ụfọdụ oge ebe dị emewuru onye a gbuo onye, ụfọdụ akwara ya akwa, but na enwere ọzọ onye nwere ike itres ya. I will advise you to go and appease the spirit of that particular woman. Because when the woman na akwara ya akwa, unu kwụba the woman na-eto. He cannot even enjoy the spiritual world. He cannot even come back to the world of the living. Therefore, the woman will not be happy with the family. The for peace to reign, your family should do restitution. Make peace with the spirit of that particular person. So that the peace of the person do the needful, do restitution, do appeasement by preparing for the befitting burial. So that this particular person will go in peace and go well. So that your family will have rest too. Because what I said that near Amalahola. So if there is any way your family have committed abomination, well, is there any way major maybe a more or major bonobona, Gama appeasement meudo, Kari more bona. Gane ma appeal na your blessings. Kagari we more than gane ma appeal na your favor. Kagari we more than gane raise yaka. Obu de raise na more. This family needs to be blessed. Is there any spirit that have any objection? So that no spirit will raise hand. That I have objection. That this family does not deserve any blessing. Look at what they did to me. Look at the injustice here. Look at the other one. Look at the wickedness. And I can tell you, this simple allegation can put your blessings or your family blessing on hold. So try to do appeasement. Let me tell you one thing you don't know. Do you know that stepping on toes, whether you offended human or spirit, you need appeasement right now? There are some of you, what is hurting you today is enmity you build in the past that is hurting you. There are some people that enmity you build with you is what will hurting your blessings from reaching you. Whenever your case fire is raised in the spiritual realm, that this is time for to bless your family or bless you, a spirit will raise hand that look at what you could do, injustice, and your case fire will be brought down again. The same way, do you know that there is somebody you will offend today and it will hurt you to the entire life? There is somebody you hurt today. Then, if there is any opportunity that you deserve and you come across the same person and it happens that the person you hurt, you show wickedness in the past, is the person that will determine whether you get this thing or not. We remember how you hurt him or her in the past, and the person will say no. Once your name is mentioned that this is time to bless you, the person will say no, that you will not be blessed because you offended him or her in the wrong past. There is some appointment that is waiting for you now as we speak, but you cannot have it because the person that knows person that is closer to this appointment, you offended the person in the wrong past. Since you offended the person in the long past, the person will sit on your promotion. May the wrong he did in the long past never hurt you today. But there is no way it will not hurt you unless you do appeasement and reconcile. Whether it's human being you intentionally hurt in the past, begin today to do restitution. Begin today to do appeasement. Begin today to do restoration, and it shall be well with you. Let me stop here. If you know, search your spirit. Why this message to weather? We do the message I took my time to come and explain this because once I got the message, I'm a name with do ejimaka okwu ajimaka ha weather n'ụbọchị taa. N'ike Chukwu ka arabụ ndị niile ga-anụ okwu a wee tinye n'ọrụ wee search themselves and find out ebe ha si wee mejọ, and they made an effort to begin to do restitution and appeasement and restoration to ụmụ mmụọ and ụmụ mmadụ n'ụzọ ọbụla ha si mejọ. May their effort begin to yield fruit. May their sins be forgiven. May they be favored. May there be protection. May there be joy at the end of the tunnel. N'aha Chukwu Okike pụrụ ime ihe niile. Ọnwa ajụjụ ị nwere na nkụzi a ma ọ bụ n'ịchọ ka agbaara gị afọ mmiri ma ọ bụ n'ịnwere ajụjụ, remember WhatsApp number ihe eji nweta mbụ 0805 78 37672. Again 0805 78 37672. Bob 0813 8243 871. I repeat 0813 8243 871. See you tomorrow. No, Gawan Casey, Kwabo, no way, Brody, you each other. Emechano, you poor me. Kemesian.